to the house that Rodney built, Notre Dame Stadium, underneath the watchful eye of Touchdown Jesus, the home of the Fighting Irish. Today, a couple of squads here to square off in a Big 12 showdown. As we'll see, the Marshall Thundering Herd taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. He'll call for the fair catch here. You think the fans are ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. Tosses it incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
The pull and throw off the RPO. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Great recognition by the defense on that pass play. They knew exactly who the quarterback was going to, and they got there quick.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Marshall will be forced to punt. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Slips through the line. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. First down here for the offense. Running back searching for a hole. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Using his legs, it's Graves. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Feeling some heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
And they pick up just one. It'll be 3rd and 9.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last one.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Fires to the wideout. There were serious revolutions on that 3rd down pass, but it's incomplete.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Just discarding tacklers, punching and grinding his way to the 23.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job. And you can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense when now they got a manageable situation.
They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves to change for the first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Power football with the run. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He looks that one in nicely. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy.
The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Got his man down the middle. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. Looking to scramble. Going to try to get it himself. And it'll be a short game, but no need to take a big hit there on the scramble.
And that's a really good job by this defense, because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker because he's not just in and off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. On 2nd down, wants to throw. Makes the grab. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Thundering Herd!
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. First down for the offense. To the air, it's Carr. Pocket starts to collapse. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Well, if this offense is going to win this game, and down the road, if they're going to reach the college football playoff and hope to win a national championship, they have got to keep this quarterback clean. Couldn't do it on that last play.
Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. From the gun, wants to pass. He tries to take the top off. And he's got it inside the 20. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. Lining up to add another. And the extra point gives them a 3-point lead at 10-7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish with a bang, a 71-yard scoring strike. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. First down here for the offense. He'll keep it himself. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Oh, ball's out! Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
As a defender, you dream about those big hits. You work hard on it in practice, closing space, getting close, and just sticking that guy and causing the fumble.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop.
Pass on the way. It's picked off. Trying to take it back. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Marshall! What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, Phyllis, here's a final update on a top 15 clash. TCU escaped with the victory, and I say escaped. Look, in college football, teams will take any win, but I think those Horned Frog fans could have done without this one being so close. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
He's got it down the left. Off he goes. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Fair catch, called for and made. Marshall takes over the ball, the thundering herd offense coming out. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They go to the ground. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. You just can't hit the quarterback like that. The defender got caught red-handed. So they'll get a fresh set of downs thanks to that roughing the passer penalty. It's 1st and 10. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Nice move there. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Marshall quick to the line.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point. But finally, David, the offense breaks through, and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
Just couldn't get away from the tackle.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Grab near the marker. It's Williams. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
The RPO, fire complete to the left.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown. Guy lathered up and get him into the run.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Extending the play. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Hurd!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they take a 21-17 lead. That touchdown drive covered 61 yards. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here come the Irish back on offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Every single week, defenses know who's going to get the ball thrown to them, but they can't stop him. With that last catch, he now has over 1,000 yards receiving on the year.
Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27. Notre Dame lines up quickly. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the 1st down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. Bulls his way forward. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field position. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
Off the play fake on first down. Chunked it away just as he was hit. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And last week was great for this young man. But, man, again, showing you he can do it at a high level. Just working the whole field, using different guys. He is absolutely on fire right now.
They'll give him 1 to the 28-yard line.
Now, that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
This crowd busting the decibel meter and trying to will a 4th down stop. Pressure coming. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. Defense in press coverage. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They're a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
Off the play fake. The short hands, it's Williams. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
3rd down, and this crowd will blow out a vocal cord to help this defense. Getting some heat. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. And he'll need to curl this one in from 44 yards out on the right hash. Absolutely perfect. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor. Going for it all. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way. Offense in a split backfield. Coming out on first down with the play fake. He's got the tight end. Oh, what a move! And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Marshall quick to the line. Run in the red zone, it's Williams. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's looking to throw. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Facing third and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Steps away to find some room. Slings it downfield. He's got an open man. The offense will quickly use a timeout. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On fourth down, looking for the completion. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs. They'll be able to snap it one more time. Let's see how aggressive they are on 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Carr. Trying to burn this defensive back. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Blasted as he lets it go. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Just about set for the second half kickoff. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here come the Irish back on offense. Not hard to figure out why they trail to start this third quarter. 3 first-half turnovers.
So if we're on offense, let's just stay out of our way and find out what happens here in the second half. We're not even giving ourselves a chance because we keep turning the football over. If we can do that, we've got a chance to come back in this game.
I think it's a crazy balance between being really aggressive in the second half and finding ways to make plays, but also not shoot ourselves in the foot, right? Like, they didn't live well on that in the first half. Let's see if they can be a little bit more aggressive while still taking care of the football.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And he grabs it at the 15. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
And man, is that perfect timing. You can tell quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the breadbasket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job of getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. You could probably question the decision to pass on a field goal last time, and they came up empty on that previous drive, Jesse.
I just think in this offense, it's going to come down to critical down and distances, right? Down in the red zone, third down, fourth down. I like them being aggressive. They just got to do a better job executing.
Yeah, and they kind of know what the defense gave them last time. So let's be more aggressive and take advantage of that defense on this drive.
The give is to Williams. He gets it past the chains, and it'll be a first down for Marshall.
Well, there we go. We finally see some life in this offense running the football. Nice game to pick up the first down. Got to get more of that going moving forward because they have not run it well.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. What a move to get home for the sack. When the Irish get to the quarterback, sometimes you think Rudy, but this time you think a dude.
A dude. And listen, the more guys you get like this that can put his hand in the dirt and go get the quarterback, the easier it becomes to call defense. That guy is an absolute stud.
Bought a little time, lets it go. It's complete on the right side. Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
This defense will try to force a fourth down on 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, nice job finding a crease to go get that first. And, Dave, there's just some running backs out there that feel like they have that sixth sense. They just know where the marker is. They know where that first down marker is, and they're just able to find a way to fall forward and get it.
Oh, and I love when they don't dance. You know the situation, right? Don't bounce things that don't need to be bounced. When I need to stick my face in there and lower my shoulder and get a couple yards, I got to know the situation. Great job by him running the ball physical and finishing the run for a first down.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. With the catch, it's Williams. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snaps, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
And they're going to try to convert on 4th down. 1 for 2 so far today. Got it past the marker. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on 4th down. You're in the 3rd quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. And you just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the second half. Someone had to step up and make a play, and they just couldn't get it done.
Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown, Thundering Herd! And that one will put him up here in the second half. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable. Because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Wisconsin is currently trailing, but if this young star powers a comeback today, He could join former Heisman winners Allen Amici and Ron Dane among the greats to play in Madison. They're trailing by just 4 to Indiana. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Pulls it, fired, complete. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. I know defenders hate quarterbacks and love nothing more than hitting them, but you're hitting yourself in the gut when you get a 15-yard penalty. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Fires to the middle. Makes the grab. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Throws toward the end zone. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. You still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open. And if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there. And they try to sneak the draw play in there and try to show pass right away, get it to the running back. Defense not full in the slightest. Nice job getting upfield, getting to the running back, getting him on the ground.
Moves away as he feels pressure. He's going to run it. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
And the defense brought the blitz on 3rd down, trying to see if they could rattle the quarterback. But how about the poise? He knew where his answer was. He didn't panic or freak out. He just went through his progressions, picked up the first, and we got a fresh set of downs.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Now they'll run it on the toss. At the 45, on his way. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
One of the things I love about this offense, Reese, is they have tons of speed. They like to try to get the ball going east-west. That time they generated a huge play going to the right side.
And the defense either not fast enough to fit or got knocked out of the fit.
Yeah, they got to do a better job containing that as this game goes on. They got to funnel the football back to the middle of the field.
This Marshall offense putting together a nice drive. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Makes the grab on the left. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Love the play call offensively because you've got the lead. The defense expects you to run the ball. You just did it the previous play, so there you dial up play action, set up an easy throw, and you keep the clock ticking.
They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And how about this offense, man? Being able to succeed, still winning without their bell cow, without their star being their star. This offense has not had a great game on the ground, but they're still in the lead.
The run to the left. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard. Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. The give to the tailback. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And a great job by the linebacker. You can tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. It is perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. Fielded in the end zone, it's Hodges. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here come the Irish back on offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Whoa, does he turn that loose down the middle. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet. It's getting pretty close.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
They're trying to slam it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Marshall! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
He'll call for the fair catch here. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond? And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that is not...
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here late in the 4th.
He wants to take the top off. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, trailing this much in the 4th quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And he breaks into the open. Touchdown, Irish! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
And I love the play call. Oftentimes offensively, you like to throw the football deep down your own end and take shots.
The fake, and he wants to throw. He makes the grab in the end zone. They must have seen something on film as they turn the fake into the 2-point conversion. If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick. They're on it, and they get it back for another drive.
That's getting weird. This is exactly what they needed. They needed something to happen. Down 2 possessions, 4th quarter, got to make it happen. Onside kick team comes through.
Here come the Irish back on offense. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Going to take a shot at this DB. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. And after the incompletion on 1st down, this offense looking at 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Carr. He's right on target. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the 1st down. On 3rd down, going up top. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush. They win up front.
Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab, and he's got the first. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Notre Dame right back to the line.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Now facing a third and long. They want to just keep throwing it. Looking for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different looking team than what we saw earlier.
Now down by 2, inside a minute to go. If they can get this onside kick, maybe they can get into field goal range. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. So we've got a tight spot here, David. They'd love to run out the clock, but all those timeouts staring at them.
They got 3 timeouts on defense, but I know a first down ends this football game. So I got to get my guys physical, ready to roll.
Yeah, because you know this defense is going to be playing the run. They're going to be loading the box, trying to get tackles, using their timeouts to get the football back. So this is going to come down to who's better in the trenches.
He gets it past the chains, and it'll be a first down for Marshall. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff to teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
They'll go to the ground. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. He'll sneak it. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on fourth down.
How about that? Fourth down, I'm going for it because I'm ending this game with my offense on the field, getting the first down, and now Palmer just watching it go tick, tick, tick.
Yep. Listen, it's just imposing your will, right? You know you're running it. The opponent knows you're running it there on fourth down. There's just nothing they can do to stop it.
It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end. You need the clutch plays.